But if they're not trying to do things about it, and they're using excuses because I'm black.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, because you're black, you got a superpower.
Nothing makes me madder than when a black man in America tells me he's broke. Like, nothing. I mean, I'm telling you, I want to wring your neck, nigga.
So I got issues with them more than I got issues with the white people. We are the Outlaws and Scholars podcast. When two seemingly contrasting worlds collide, the world of outlaws and the world of scholars. There's something appealing about the rebel. The rebel is dangerous.
Squat down like the little bitch you are and talk shit. If you want to talk shit, stand up like a man, motherfucker, and talk shit.
But you feel safe in his presence. And the intellectual, it's also appealing. May seem harmless from the outset, but when you hear him speak, you get a glimpse. All right, so Brandon, you're my guy, man. We got a lot of history. We go back.
That's right. That's right.
You remember when we met in person the first time?
It was at Elliot's shit.
Elliot was he was being the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, where this guy at? Yeah. He was like behind somewhere watching. He dope. I like that shit.
Yeah, he had us all out in the public, and then he would come through.
I feel like it was like, what's it called, Squid Game? Like that shit didn't exist back then, but like now, like damn, that felt like the Squid Game. Right? Yeah. That's what it's called, right? Squid Games, right?
Some shit like that.
Is that what it's called, Squid Games? Yeah. Nah, that's what's up. So, bro, you are clearly a fitness enthusiast, right? Mm-hmm. However, at some point, you made the transition into a fucking business mogul.
Thank you.
A dime. How did you transition from where you were to where you are now?
Well, the whole reason I got into like the business side of it, or social media, any of this shit, right, was to get money. Like if it wasn't lucrative, I wouldn't probably have an Instagram or none of that shit, right? It was, you know, my father fucking killed himself. He shot himself in the head, and it's like, fuck, I gotta take care of the family now. And I'm just trying to figure shit out. So I was working a bunch of jobs, but then I was like, fuck, I need to, you know, I was reading some books. And I was like, man, maybe I should try to like make some money on the internet.
Hold on, man. You can't just blaze past your father killing himself. Like, what? When,
that was
why. Like, what was the circumstances that led him to that?
You know,
because wasn't your father successful?
Yeah. So it's wild, right? Because we grew up on the south side of Chicago, like broke and shit. You know, like one of my first memories is like me and my mom getting robbed. Or she's taking me to preschool.
Yeah.
Like, and that's Chicago and shit, right? And he wasn't around much. He lived with us, but he wasn't around much because he was trying to get his business off the ground. But you know, he was struggling and shit. Mom ain't have a car, none of that shit. And then, I got in some trouble in high school, and I got sent away to military school for high school. And by that time, things were starting to work. By the time I was done with military school, when I was graduating from high school, he was making about $3 million a year, right? And adjusted for inflation, that's 8. Right. So I saw like, I didn't see it, but I knew it happened, right? Because I was gone. And then I didn't really experience any of the wealth either because I was gone at military school. Like we had to sleep there and live there. And then I went to Howard University. And by the time I graduated from Howard, he had lost all the money, man. He fucked it up. You know, he had some issues, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he had some issues. He was definitely doing some things he probably shouldn't have been doing at the time. You know, he was a street nigga, man. Like,
what was he doing?
I mean, his business was selling insurance. He had insurance claims processing business.
Right. Okay.
I'm not gonna pretend I understand.
So that was some middleman type.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was
processing it.
It was legit, right? And but you know, he was still a street dude. You know, from Chicago, he had no high school diploma or nothing.
He figured it out.
He just figured it out, you know. And but then when he lost it all, I think there's something from coming from that height, the contrast, to being broke again.
Right.
That's gotta fuck with something. That's probably worse than never having it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, bro.
You know, because then you gotta.
And then you know like, what it tastes like and feel like to not have it no more. Like I couldn't imagine.
Then there's embarrassment. You know, like people depending on you, and he has some undiagnosed psychological issues. I believe. You know what I'm saying? And
what makes you feel like that though?
Oh, because I got diagnosed with bipolar too, and from what I understand, it's
do you take medication?
Nah, I don't take medication for that.
When do you? Is it bad?
It has been bad. You know what I'm saying?
How did it manifest itself? when it was bad?
For me, it was be like suicidal thoughts during the depression side, but then what doesn't get as much attention is the mania side.
Yeah.
Mania is dope until like it's over, then you're like, oh shit, I fucked this whole shit up.
So bro, okay, so that's something I don't relate to. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't get excited about anything.
You very calm.
And I don't get depressed about anything. What does that feel like, the mania side?
I never did cocaine, but I've seen people do cocaine, and I see how they behave, and it feels, and I imagine it feels like weeks or months of that. Like you're not sleeping much, you don't even need to sleep. You feel like you just crushing shit. But the problem with that is every idea seems like a good idea. Like you're like, oh, that ain't no way that shit gonna fail, right? Until it do, you know?
And then you'll experience the other side?
Yeah, you experience the other side, plus the ramifications of everything you fucking did in the mania. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta deal with that shit, and that shit.
So how did you, so what was the event that led you to get diagnosed?
Oh man, I just knew that, you know what happened was, I knew that.
So wait a minute, so for the record, you're crazy, right?
Yeah. That's
we're all a little bit crazy.
That's probably a fair assessment. You know, what?
I don't think crazy is bad.
Nah,
it's all perspective.
It's all good or bad, it's all relative.
So look, I'm gonna give people a little jewel. It's like, I always say, I make life my bitch. When I was locked up.
I posted that this morning, my nigga.
Yeah?
I swear to God, it's on my Instagram this morning.
You said that?
Life's a bitch. Bitch better have my money.
Okay. when I was locked up, I said, jail is my bitch. Like, I do what I want to do there, right?
Yeah.
Not on no tough guy shit. I don't want to put the wrong impression out, but I started putting together all my digital assets when I was locked up and making money from jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was on the phone with somebody I care about right before you came in who's locked up, and they got a little short sit. And I said, look, the last time I got you was fat. Don't allow that to happen. Be productive while you're in there. Because you're in there anyway, make it benefit you. I'm gonna shoot you some books, work out, pray, meditate, whatever, but be ripped when you come out. Have something, like, if not, it's like, life sucks.
Don't make it a waste.
If you don't take life and manhandle it, life will suck.
Yeah, you gotta grab life by its fucking neck until it submits to your demands.
And with that being said, like, okay, from my observation and knowing that you deal with a degree of what they call a disorder, a mental disorder.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a disorder. I think it's just different.
It's just the way it is.
A variation, right? I think that you've probably figured out how to like make that a productive thing with your business because you're very thorough with your, we're gonna get into your business, but with what you do in the space that you're in with coaching coaches, you're like the best, you're the GOAT.
Thank you.
On the low too, because you're not out there saying it and you're not out there putting, but like I gotta tell you, you're like the guy.
I appreciate that.
You're the guy.
Thank you.
Your people make mad fucking money, right? But you're the guy. You giving me a lot of advice that's solid. So it seems like you figured out a way to take that mania side and make it constructive. What about the other side?
The other side, you know, the way I've made it work to my benefit is I have a better understanding of how emotions work in general because I experience these wide ranges of them, you know what I'm saying? And where most people kind of, from my experience, they let emotions kind of dictate what happens is I had to study it. This is why I don't take medication, right? The doctor said I didn't need to, right? It's not like me. It's not like
the imaginary doctor said don't take it.
It's not like an act of defiance, right? Like he said I don't need it. But you got to learn how to manage your emotions. And then I got like way better at that. Yeah. But to the point where it probably made me better than the average person.
Right.
Whereas like you seem like you're just not emotional, where I have to manage them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not perfect, so I am very emotional, or I have been most of my life, right? So bad that I used to cry every day when I was a kid.
You did tell me that before.
Something would make me mad enough to cry every day, and when I cried, I'm like, damn, I cried. You know what I'm saying? I remember my mother took me to a new school, and she's talking to the principal, and she's like, yeah, he's very emotional. I was like, hey. AKA, he's a crybaby, right? Yeah. It wasn't like bratty cry, it was like, I'm pissed, right? So as I got older and my inactions or actions based on my emotions would get me into certain situations. I'm like, all right, this is not the vibe.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
And it didn't feel good. The worst thing was for people seeing me act emotional. I was so embarrassed after this.
Yeah.
This is the epitome of ancient wisdom and modern practices. Mental jewels is a nootropic or a smart drug. It enhances your memory and focus, boosts your mental clarity, it improves your cognitive functioning, and it elevates your mood and it mitigates stress. The ingredients, they're all from Mother Earth or Pachamama. So
You ever fuck somebody up and like, fuck, I didn't need to do that.
bro,
That's kind of like where I had to start seeing
anytime
somebody,
I've gotten
you know?
into a fight, like, which is not a lot, right? I felt terrible.
Yeah.
For one, I'm trained, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not even cool.
Right.
And for two, I just, my conscience was like, bro, that was really fucked up.
Yeah, I just feel bad after. I was like, I didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't necessary.
It's never that bad.
You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing, like, if you're a logical person and you understand the nature of emotions, it's like, it's not the, it doesn't.
It's not what's up.
Every time you do something based on emotions, you fail a test.
Yeah.
You fuck something up.
Yeah.
So let's not do that, right? And I try to, like, anybody in my little circle, like look, that was emotional. Take a breather.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it later. It's cool. I love you. Let's talk about it later.
Yeah.
It's not important right now. You know what I'm saying? I find ways to diffuse it, but you became a master at it.
Yeah, because I literally had to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was, you know, I just felt like my life was at risk certain times when the shit would get out of hand,
Right.
or other people's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just had to get that shit really like nailed down. And one thing I started doing, man, this is how like my obsession with tracking things began. Because I just noticed, okay, when I track my macros, I get in better shape, you know. So I'm like, all right, what if I started tracking my emotions, right? Because emotions will fluctuate.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's.
Yeah.
You know, every human being is going to experience the full range of emotion multiple times a day. So it was like before the iPhone came out, every morning I would make a chart on this notebook, the Moleskine notebook I keep in my pocket, and every hour I would like mark my emotional state from like 1 to 10. So 10 is like how Drake felt when the Raptors won the fucking NBA championship, and 1 is like, yo, a nigga with a revolver and like Jack Daniels trying to figure out if he gonna go to work or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, so I would just mark it, and then what I would take note of the things that's caused the peaks and the things that cause the valleys. Right. And I would also like I would make it like an average, right? An average, because that average, in my opinion, is your personality.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So my goal was to I started to gamify it and try to bring the average up. So I would try to eliminate the lows and do more of the things that cause the highs, as long as they were productive, right? You know what I'm saying?
So what do you do now to eliminate the lows? All right.
Yeah, well,
do the lows ever occur?
Hell yeah, I still do that, but now there's apps that you can do that shit with on your phone.
Okay.
But before the iPhone was invented, I was doing that shit. Right now, it's like little shit now. It's like more like high class problems now. It's like if I oversleep or some shit, I kind of like hate myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know
You about to jump out the window?
Yeah, no, I mean it takes me a minute.
It's 7:30. You about to...
Word, like no, if I woke up at 7:30, nigga, I'm on suicide watch.
I gotta come out the side of the window like, hey, bro.
Fuck that,
okay.
nigga.
Come here.
I ain't waking up at no 7:30, man. That's fucking loser shit. You know.
That's a fact.
You get up early too, man. So,
shit.
but it's shit like that, or if I'm late, or like, you know what I'm saying, my girl is like tripping over some dumb shit, then it's like, if it's some dumb shit,
Right.
if it's some shit that I did, it's like, that won't do it. But if she's like legit tripping.
So you got a lot of jewels, you got a lot of wisdom. You said something.
What's that?
That was very powerful. I would like for you to elaborate on. You said, I ain't waking up at 7:30, that's some loser shit.
Yeah.
Speak about that.
All right, so there's been times I struggled, like after my father killed himself, because financially, I mean, right? Because I was doing some shit that I shouldn't have been doing at the time. You know, I don't want to get into it, but like, you know, I was spending a lot of time in Miami, coming back to New York,
OnlyFans.
Nah, that shit didn't exist back then. I wish it did. If it did, I might have did that shit because the shit I was doing was, you know what I'm saying, depending on who you ask, was significantly worse. Okay. You know, going up and down I-95 and shit. But
what were you doing about trying to walk with that's your limitation?
Nah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, listen, if you know what to do, that rap can be lucrative.
Car, like what?
You know what I'm saying? But
stolen goods?
I stopped doing that shit when my dad killed himself because around the same time my homie SV, he got convicted of a double homicide, and then my homie Esco, he was murdered in New Jersey. And I was like, fuck. It seemed like same shit. Yeah, SV and fucking Esco was definitely on the same shit. Right. And my dad was on some other shit. He was just, he's
a complex person.
He had a lot.
I think for a person that want to take themselves out, they're complex. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot
psychologically,
going on, you know. And one thing I noticed, what took my dad down was like vices, right? If I had to say anything, like he was a great man, but he kind of, you know, when you get to the top, sometimes people stop, or with the perceived top, they stop doing what got them there, and they start indulging in the fruits of their labor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Indulging in the things that they have accomplished, and you know, he indulged too much. I think that was the beginning. So that
do you indulge?
I try not to, man. Like honestly, I don't do no recreational drugs. I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? And I try to keep any vices under control because of that. That's something I learned from him.
Yeah, that makes sense. But what are your vices? And how do you manage them?
It used to be women, right? But that's why
now it's guys. But I'm kidding. My guy's straight. It's my dog. So that's
why I brought when I moved to Miami, I made sure I had a girlfriend and brought her with me. Yeah. Just to keep.
You're a strong man. Because Miami usually
I brought sand to the beach.
It messes relationships up.
Now it can.
I wonder why they say that. Like, why does it? You know what I mean?
It's just, you know, a lot of temptations, right? And especially if you're not
like a lot of food temptation. Like
food. And you can really fuck up your diet. And but it's to answer your initial question, is I saw that in my dad, right? And so I was struggling financially, and I had like 4 different jobs. I started waking up early, like 4 a.m. and then I would train people. I was from New York, so I lived in Queens, and I would take the subway to Harlem to train people at 145th, the New York Sports Club up there. And then I would take the subway down to Soho, and I was security at the Prada store. And then I would work for my man's moving company after that.
Just Jamaican hustling.
Yeah, I was going hard because it was during the recession. It was 2008, so like, I had a degree and I still couldn't get a job. Nigga, I walked into TGI Fridays trying to get a job with a suit on, and niggas was like, nah.
Like, what is this?
TGI Fridays, man, on Austin.
Why would you wear
Austin Street in Forest Hills, Queens.
When you go to TGI Fridays, you gotta wear shorts.
Yo, man, them niggas had on fitted caps and tattoos on their necks, and they said no to me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. It was
you made them uncomfortable.
Yeah, apparently, man. But I couldn't get no.
They were like, the feds is here.
I just got the best job.
They started running out the back.
Yeah. So I was hustling real hard, and then I got myself out of that, and then, you know, I got enough money. I did that for 2 years, right?
Were you back then? Were you in good shape?
Yeah, I was in good shape, not great shape.
Have you always been in good shape?
Or I started training people.
You always been focused on?
Yeah, I started training when I was 16, but it's just because I used to get in a lot of fights in high school, and I just wanted to win them. Like, I started training for violence. It wasn't like to look better or like or none of that shit. You know, I had a trainer named Aaron Muhammad, and he was voted #1 trainer in Chicago. He was a friend of the family, and he's also one of like Minister Farrakhan's security guards.
FOI,
and he was like up there with them, you know, older dude. And he was a Golden Glove boxer, so we would like box, and he would teach me how to work out properly. Yeah. And I was like, man, I wish one of these white boys say something when I get back. But then they didn't want to fight when I got there, because I had a little size, but it was the confidence.
The confidence is everything.
That's what I fell in love with fitness.
Yeah. Okay.
So like I just fell in love with it after that. Yeah. You know? And but anyway, the why waking up late is loser shit is because now I have all these opportunities that I would have fucking killed for, right? You know, back then.
Right.
And it's like, for me to squander that shit now,
Yeah.
or like take it for granted now, seems like disrespectful. Like if you believe in God or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I would like pray for this type of shit, you know?
Do you believe in God?
Yo, listen, I don't know, my nigga. Like the real
fair.
answer is I don't know.
That's a complex
Yeah.
situation. Yeah.
I think Jesus said a lot of dope shit. I fucks with a lot of his teachings.
You got a quote? What's your favorite?
My favorite quote, my favorite shit is my nigga. So
I like how you call Jesus my nigga.
There was this, that's my nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's my
right.
guy.
It's a term of endearment.
Yeah, it's
You
a
mean
term
that
of
as-
endearment.
Okay.
So like, there was a leper came up to Jesus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yo, Jesus, I heard you can heal me, right? And he said, do you believe I can do this? Right? And he was like, yeah, man, you the Messiah, all that shit, right? And then he healed him, like on the
Yeah.
spot. And then the homies was like, yo, Jesus, that was dope. How you do it? He was like, yo, y'all can do that, man.
Right.
And they went out and tried to do it, and they came back, they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And he said, because you don't have the faith. If you had the faith of a mustard seed, you could move mountains. Right? Because that's all he was talking about, was like, just believe it.
So faith, right? All right. So I'm gonna say this. We joke a lot, but you're a very deep person.
Oh.
You're a very smart person, right? You're not dumb by any means,
Thank you.
right? So I think we can touch on certain topics, like, but when you say faith, like that was your favorite, one of the favorite quotes of
That's
Jesus.
my favorite. With the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains.
Why is faith important to you? And what is faith
Yeah.
to you?
The way I see it is, if you don't believe something's possible, then you won't put in the effort necessary to accomplish it, right? Like,
So that's faith.
Yeah, the things
Okay.
if you don't, it's kind of like one of my mentors was Elliot, like coming up, and he was the first dude I see get 1 million followers on YouTube. The first black dude, fitness dude, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would have believed it was possible if I didn't see him do it.
Okay.
Right? Because you're gonna become like the people you're around involuntarily, right? So when I go back to Chicago, them kids, they don't believe that they can be hedge fund managers, or like they don't believe they can be successful.
Right.
So if you think about that, they don't believe they can be successful. So then it makes a lot of sense to join the gang and start robbing or selling drugs, right? Because you don't even believe you got a future.
Right.
Right? So that your belief will dictate your behavior to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact.
You feel me? Like if you believe your girl's cheating, you're gonna act different.
Right.
Right? You believe she's faithful, you're gonna act different.
Right.
You know?
And see, which is interesting because a belief is not knowing something, but you standing on it, right? So this guy thinks his girlfriend is cheating and she's not, and he's doing things in accordance to that, and he's gonna fuck everything up.
Exactly.
But on the flip side, people should take that energy and put it in something that they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You saw from Elliot and whomever, like, yo, I could get a
And you too, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you too. Like it was Elliot, then it was you, because you came on the scene. It felt like you came on the scene after me, and you came and blew past, like, as far as popularity is concerned. And I was like, oh shit, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Like it reaffirmed that it's possible to do it. And sometimes you gotta see it, you know?
Why do you think you've gotten to the position that you're in? What's your assessment on yourself? If you weren't BBC, right?
Yeah.
Who would you be? I mean, how do you assess Brandon?
You know what it is, man? It kind of goes back to belief, right?
No.
Oh,
You
sorry.
assess Brandon. Who
If
is
I
Brandon?
was to assess me,
Yeah. Like you ain't you.
if I'm not me,
Yeah. But
I would probably think
you've been
this guy-
observing, you've been keeping.
I would think this guy's arrogant, kind of flashy, you know what I'm saying? But it's probably something I can learn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't think you're arrogant at all, right? You're hilarious.
Thank you.
And smart as fuck, right? And I love the fact that, see, you make the information digestible because you got jokes like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That's intentional.
Yeah, I know that.
You know what I'm
I know
saying?
that.
Yeah, because if you start talking all academic, I won't reach. Think about it. You're a trainer, right? If we start talking about fat loss and we start getting all nerdy about it, oh, fat loss is a combination of lipolysis and oxidation, and you know, we start breaking all that shit. We're only going to talk to the trainers, right? But we got to talk to the regular.
They don't even know what that shit means.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got to talk to the regular. So, I'm all my content, everything I do it's for the masses, but I want to make sure that that kid in Chicago sees it and he can relate to it.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking his language, he can understand it, and he can think it's possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like that's super
So
important to me.
so that's the altruistic nature in you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want him to believe it's possible, man.
Right.
You know?
So with all that you do, what's the driving motivation? Is it money? Is it
Money is
success?
a huge motivation, and I do grind.
Summarize your motivation with all that you do.
Yeah, I believe that you got to have altruistic motivation, and you have to have intrinsic motivation, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to. So for me, like obviously money, because I want to provide the best, you know, for my son.
And you want Richard Millie's?
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, no, all that shit.
All right.
But you know what? We're gonna talk about this later, right? Because I can talk about that shit. I had somebody to say, but I really just want to provide the best for my son, right? And I saw how in my family, and I saw how important it was when you lack money, like what happens to a family. Like I lived it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
From like starting off getting fucking growing up in a neighborhood where they robbing toddlers at the break of dawn, and then
Fucked up.
that's what happened, nigga. Nigga put the gun in my face.
Just start walking, bro. Like, yeah.
Nigga put the
He
gun
ain't
in
gonna
my
wanna
face.
walk no more.
Took my mom's purse.
He don't want to walk no more. Yeah.
And then what happened after my dad lost all his money? I saw that impacted the family. I'm like, oh, this is not what's up. So I want to make sure my family is good. My son has the best of everything. Like when people say they want the best for their kid,
It's a lot of times it's just talk.
No. If you really mean the best, then that's gonna require capital.
Yeah.
You know, so
But people say that because it sounds good. People say a lot of things because it sounds good. Words that now let me qualify the statement. And I consider you in a circle with me. Like we on a level. There's a lot of most people are not, right? So those people that's not, I'm talking about people if I'm not like in counsel with or that I move with on a regular. I don't take what they say serious. Yeah, it's just a word.
They just talk. Yeah.
It's just sounds that they're making with their body because they're not doing anything in alignment with what they're saying.
Yeah.
Right. The other day we was in my office and everybody's talking about the war, the Palestine, Israel, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. And they're like, why? Don't you care? I'm like, no, I don't care. I care as much as you care. They're like, I really care. I'm like, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Your actions gotta be.
Go fight then. You do something like I'm gonna spend that energy. You want me to be in a bad mood?
Yeah.
I need to be in a good mood, making content, like making us more money. You know
Only the things I control. I try to only focus on the things I control.
Yeah.
I'm abreast of everything that's going on, right? But you can only control what you can control.
And I don't want to act like I don't care about people. I care about people.
Yeah.
But I'm not aloof to reality, right?
Yeah.
And I know that, like you said, I got control over what's in my world. Me getting on social media, pissing off people just to keep it real is not the vibe.
Nah.
That's not keeping it real. Keeping it real is being honest to myself. And that's what I'm doing. And I don't feel like that's a good use of my energy, so I'm not doing it.
It's not, man. It's like, it's really not.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that the people who are in charge are gonna be like, yo, Mike Rashid posted this shit, man. We need to rethink how we, I don't think that's how policy is made. I don't think that's how diplomatic policy is implemented.
Listen. Let's say you're in Palestine and you're like, yo, stop taking my land.
Yeah.
Even there, they're not gonna be like, all right, my bad.
Yeah, man.
So what is we saying anything gonna do? Now, listen, here's the reality. What people gotta, I'm all about extreme ownership of everything in my life, the good and the bad. That's why I box, right? I play all sports, but boxing was my shit because I control the outcome.
It's a one-on-one sport. It's you don't got to worry about a teammate. It's just
if I win, it's my glory. If I lose, I can't blame nobody, and I'm good with that, right? So because I played on teams like my baseball team, I was the guy, but we lost every game.
Yeah.
I hated that, but I'm good. I didn't like that. Or basketball team, we was good and we win, and this guy is celebrating. Like, why are you celebrating? You didn't even play. You literally didn't play, right? So, I'm okay with that extreme ownership. Is my glory or is my loss, right? So with that being said, I'm accountable for all of my actions.
Yeah.
Look, if I make a mistake and I gotta deal with it, it's all good. I'm not complaining about it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like we talk about nations and countries, they gotta deal with their shit.
Yeah.
People got to deal with their own shit, bro.
It's not my fight because I can't have an impact. If I felt like I could have an impact, if I could bring about peace, like if there was something I could do,
Right.
I would do it.
See, if I
You know what
can,
I'm saying?
if I had that kind of power, I wouldn't use it there. I wouldn't. I use it right here in America. I'm American. I'm here in America.
Yeah.
Right, and we got some imbalances that need to be balanced out. So you know what I'm
That's
saying?
a
I would be wielding my power right here. Here's the thing, bro. People be talking. They're so invested in so much shit that has nothing to do with them. I'm like, how's your life? You
That's
rich?
what I'm saying.
Are you where you want to be?
Yeah.
How's your mom living? How's your father living? You know what I'm saying?
There's a reason you gotta put on the plane. They tell you to put the shit on yourself
Right.
before you help someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Why are people like that? Because we see that a lot,
Yeah.
right? Why are people so interested and so invested in things outside of them? And why don't they just focus that energy on, channel that energy on themselves?
Yeah, well, the truth is it's easier. You know what I'm saying? It's easier. I personally, I don't identify with any limitations, right? Like, so back to what you had said about waking up late, you know what I'm saying? Why this loser shit, especially like if you black, right? Because I don't know, man, so many people fought for, they already did the fighting for us,
Yeah.
right? For us to have the opportunity, and it's like you ain't out here capitalizing.
You're not
on it.
honoring them.
Yeah, it's really disrespectful to our heritage. So like nothing makes me madder than when a black man in America tells me he's broke. Like, I'm telling you, I get fucking, I want to wring your neck, nigga. Martin Luther King was knocking his ass kicked.
Now that's okay. They could say, hey, bro, all right, but if they're not trying to do things about it,
That's what I'm
and they're using excuses because I'm black,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
Nah,
because
nigga.
you're black, you got a superpower.
Yeah.
You got the advantage.
Yeah.
Look, I tell people all the time, like, yo, I'm in these rooms. I'm telling y'all got the advantage. I'm in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know how they treat me. I know how they deal with me. I know what I can do, how I can move. Y'all have an advantage. See, the biggest trick the devil ever played on humanity was telling them that they're not strong and powerful, right? And this is all people. But I'm gonna speak to black people specifically because I am black and I know the issues, our main issues. Our main issues ain't no white man. It's us, right? Now, I'm not saying that the white man didn't create the environment for us to have these issues, because he absolutely did, right? But those days are gone. So what are you gonna do?
What we gonna do now?
Keep talking about that? No, I don't give a fuck about that, because that's a memory.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm grateful to the people who fought for us, but like,
and
yo,
I'm
it's
gonna
time
give you
to
some
do some new shit.
perspective, bro.
Yeah.
It was other black people that helped us get in that situation in Africa. You know what I'm saying? So I got issues with them more than I got issues with the white people.
Yeah.
Just to keep it 100. I got issues with all of them. Anybody that was a part of that, I got issues with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, these people wanted to like fight with me online the other day. It was a Muslim brother whose account I follow. He posted a black guy, right? It was a black guy from America, but he was in Africa somewhere, just chilling in like nature, right? And they asked him, do he like Arabs or Muslims? He's like, no, fuck no. I don't fuck with Arabs, I don't fuck with Muslims, they're devils, right? So they're going in on them, right? Racist shit, but I don't give a fuck about it. That's silly to me. I said, well, you posted a small, and then he went on, his caption said, we were the first to free the slaves and give them positions of power. I'm like, what?
You said we? Who's
Arabs.
Oh, okay.
I said, well, let me give you a little bit of context, right? His position is probably based on the fact that the Arabs were the first to put black people in chattel slavery, the first. Y'all did that before the Europeans, right? And I articulated the routes in which they did it over there, right? So who was the first to free? I mean, that's weird, right? But this is why he's saying that, because it is what it is. Like, black people are quick to be in solidarity with everybody that's not white. Bro, people are people.
Yeah,
And many people had a hand in us being fucked up back when we were fucked up, right? But here's the thing. Remember I said, I made life my bitch. Everything. Thank you for what you did. You made me powerful as fuck. First of all, y'all breeded the strongest ones together.
Yeah.
Right? And then you couldn't kill us, right?
Right.
So for a person The reason that human beings are the apex of all creatures on this planet is because of our incredible ability to adapt, right? Any animal that can adapt and evolve, he wins, right? We have such adaptation. Now, us of all people, we're the most powerful thus far because you put us through 400 plus years of human trafficking, like real human trafficking from country to country with the worst method of transportation, right? And then psychological terror, right? Physical terror, sexual terror, and then working for free, like crazy types of work, right?
Yeah.
And then the psychology was like, hey, because it wasn't all violence how they controlled us, or our ancestors. It was with the book, the Bible, their spin on Christianity, right? Which they hijacked Jesus. They said, look, see, you're supposed to worship, you're supposed to work hard for your master, but when you die, you're gonna go to heaven. And a lot of us believe that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So, and you know that's not accurate, right? So they did so much fuckery, but guess what? We here.
Yeah.
And we here in big, and listen, and black people, I'm speaking of black people in the United States of America. We're different than every black people in other places. Listen, we have a degree of treachery in this that we learned from our captors. We just do, right? But I think that's a good thing, right? Because think about this, treachery, right? Violence, a violent nature. These things are, when you talk about like what life's about and what the real rules are, it's not anything that's written down. The real rules are, I need to breathe, I need to eat, when I'm tired I need to sleep, and when my hormones is going crazy I need to try to reproduce. That's the rules, right? Because that's what all animals follow that pattern. All animals on this planet, right? So that means when you procure yourself a situation, you gotta protect it. You know what I'm saying? And humans protect it by killing and by violence and by terror. You know what I'm saying? Now, we have developed these enormous societies and cultures, but that didn't change anything. It's just that the citizens, the civilians don't see the actions that the leaders, that the bosses is practicing. They tell y'all, be peaceful, but they're not peaceful. No head of state is peaceful. You know what I'm saying? We have capital punishment. Our peace officers walk around with guns, right? This is human beings are extremely violent creatures. That's the nature of humans, right? Now, we want to keep that in check. We have civilization to where we can keep that in check and not just articulate violence on people for no reason. But that's the ultimate, that's the neutralizer, because the highest form of escalation is war. So what are we talking about? So anyway, we have that degree of treachery and violence and that kind of dangerous mindset here in America that our kinfolk don't have in Africa, where they need.
Problem is we use it on ourselves.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but we have.
Yeah.
And we do. And that's a proximity issue more than anything.
For sure.
Because white people, the crimes against white people is on white people.
Yeah, it's
The
proximity and poverty, right? Like
Correct.
when you have those
Poverty.
two,
Right.
it's a poverty thing, not a.
But
not
think
a
about
race.
this, bro. What I see, and I watch everything, I see us rising to a high degree.
Yeah.
We got mad millionaires in this room right here, which is crazy. You probably the only one with an education. I don't know if you do. I don't got an education. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but your education is not why you're successful. It's all the other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is not abnormal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So-
we in a better position. There's more opportunity now.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
and it's happening, bro. So, bro, how many people do you coach?
We've had 15,000 people come through our program, High Ticket Training.
All of us in this room have people that we teach.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We've known each other 10 years ago. We wasn't in that position.
Nah.
It wasn't this many people really putting people on to game to like make money and better their lives back then. So I see a lot of, look, I'm a very optimistic person.
Yeah.
Even though I have a heavy skeptic third eye, I'm an optimist, bro, and I see shit just getting better and better and better.
That's all I see, man. And I just feel like there's enough advantages here that, you know, if you live in a first world country, especially if you live in America, man, you need to take advantage of it. And if you black, then it's like, I don't know, it's almost an obligation to take advantage of it. Because so many people had to die for us to be in these positions.
There's a thing called black privilege.
Yeah.
But you have to know that you have it, and you have to walk in that light, right? You have to walk with your chest up, head up, and be an honorable person.
Yeah.
And the world parts for you like the Red Sea.
In fact, you gotta, but it seems like, I'm just telling you,
it's like that self-belief, it's that faith that you talked about
like,
earlier.
The worst part of growing up in like the hood, right? It feels like legit hopeless. Like you can feel it. It permeates the environment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially on the South Side, right? Like I know you're from Brooklyn, right? So Brooklyn definitely, especially in the '90s and shit, right?
It was wild. It was a wild place, but it was beautiful too, though.
Yeah.
But we used to like just going to another neighborhood was like going to another state.
Yeah.
Right? It's an adventure. But the beautiful part about it was for those who made it out, be strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people didn't make it. But that's life. Not everybody makes it. This is survival of the fit. Like, see, this is the thing. Like, nothing surprises me. Like, because I'm very like deeply rooted in reality. Most people are not. They're in fantasy land where everything's nice and peaceful, and this can't happen. No, all of the things happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to be smart, calibrate our lives to be able to navigate around and through and over or under. You know what I'm saying? For those who can't, I'm here for you to try to help, but I know everybody's not gonna make it.
And the best thing,
even people we love, not everybody's gonna make it.
The best thing you can do, man, is like, I really look at it like, you ask me like, what are my motivations? And one is for my own family and my circle, my people. But it's also like, I really want to show like, other people from like our backgrounds that, like, you can really do this shit without having you ain't got to be a rapper, you ain't got to be a basketball player, right? Because only 1% of the population are professional athletes, right? So I'm not telling you not to go after your dreams, but this mad paths,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of paths.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a big motivation for me. So that when you ask about the Richard Mills, like,
let's talk about this. This. All right, you a black man from Chicago, South Side. You ain't from wherever. You from the South Side of Chicago, right? Been through the shits. You used to be into crime. You used to have an illegal lifestyle, right? You were diagnosed as bipolar, right? Yeah. Yet you've learned how to manage and regulate your emotions to a high degree. Yeah. You built multi-million-dollar businesses, and you put other people in position to do the same thing, and you walk around here like a boss. Like, for people watching, that shit is incredible in itself. That should tell a motherfucker, excuse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't give a fuck about an excuse.
Yeah, that's why I really want to just hammer that home to like anybody watching. You know what I'm saying? Look, like that's my main vision. 2008,
you was trying to get that job with the suit. They were like, nah. 2008, I was making a decision to like go on a run. Yeah. And I went on a run, 2009, right? Yeah. And here I am now, right? Excuse?
I'm saying.
There's people from my world from back then who, after I went through all of my shit, I had a 7-year fight with the government, right? And I came out victorious, right?
Exactly.
So I dealt with depression and fear, all of that shit, the dark clouds. But I was defiant to that shit, right? So I'm like, nah, I'm good. I would not breathe it in, right? Yeah. So when I was boxing, like, maybe when I was a teenager, when punches start hurting, because when you a kid, don't nothing hurt. We go in there and just go to war, right? Yeah. But when you start getting older, motherfuckers start hurting, right? Yeah. So you start having that little fear, that energy in your belly, right? And fear, happiness, all of these things is just energy. Yeah. Fear is not real unless you want it to be real, right? Yeah. So I would feel it, right? Get in the ring, I feel it, right? And what I would do was not accept it. So I would breathe that shit in like fuel. The more formidable you are, I'm gonna fuck you up even worse. The more potential of fear that you can put on me is more fuel that I'm gonna use against you. Bro, I didn't realize what I was doing back then, but that shit set me up for life.
I feel you.
Because I literally have no fear of anything, right? And this is not, I want people to stop thinking so low level. It's not talking about fights and hood shit. Like, I'm so far beyond that. Yeah. I'm not afraid of none of that. I'm not afraid of these motherfuckers in these corporate offices. I'm not afraid of nobody in the government. I'm not afraid of nobody because why? I stand on my truth. You know what I'm saying? And I have faith in myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I asked you earlier, do you believe in God? I believe in God because I'm God. I am my God, right? And I believe in me wholeheartedly. If you read scripture, it tells you these things, but people don't read scriptures.
Yeah.
When y'all see me saying peace God to my people, to the gods, I'm told to do that. It's in your writing. Jesus talks about it. They all do, right? But no one reads. They listen to what Pastor so-and-so said.
Yeah.
And that's just the narrative that you run with. And look, scripture is at the mercy of each person's interpretation.
That's a fact.
Based on where they are in life.
Based on where they are in life.
Right. And their understanding of the world.
That's super important.
Yeah.
Because I read the whole Bible from cover to cover.
Same.
When I was in high school.
Right.
And I walked away, at the time, yo, this is
Some wild shit in
why.
there.
This shit is
It's a bunch
wacky,
a bunch of movies in there.
Yeah. This shit is like wacky. You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit fly though. I thought it was fly.
As I mature, now I look at it from a different lens, and I can see some. I see like lessons in there.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what you saw, what you dealt with, the wacky shit. Cause you dealt with a fucking doctored up version of the scripture, right? There's books before Genesis. There's so many things, right? So you dealing with like bits and pieces of information. So you trying to like, what the fuck is? I remember the same thing in Deuteronomy, reading about motherfuckers living to be this age and this. I'm like, where's the story going, right? They're incomplete stories, right? So, you know, me being a sovereign human being and taking control of my life, I want to teach myself. I want to educate myself for real. So I go to the sources and find these documents and these scriptures and these books or whatever, right? So anybody can do these things, but nobody does. That's the problem. So I don't want nobody ever talking to me about religion. It's like, if I'm gonna engage with you, I know what I'm talking about. I ain't never wrong because I don't talk about shit I don't know. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I be like, I'm right. I'm gonna win this argument because I got the information. But people, they be like, well, I feel like I don't care what you feel like. We talking about facts, baby. People will be so powerful if they read, and they got fucking phones with the shit instant, the information. They still don't use it.
Yeah.
When somebody asks me a question that they can Google, I'm like, all right, let me Google it real quick.
Yeah.
You could have did this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we got ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It's shit wild. It's shit wild. But anyway, but B, so you have, I want to get into like, because I feel like you know how to make money. You clearly know how to make money. You have a very good life. Why do you help people? Like, what is it to you that other people is doing good?
Well, for me, okay, because like you can't like make money, right? Some people have to give it to you, and they only gonna give it to you in exchange for a product or service that they feel like it's of equal or greater value, and so you have to give value to get money, right?
I love that answer.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have to get. So it's like I want money, and the only way to get it is to give value.
People.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a simple equation.
Yeah, it's super simple, right? So that's why we always trying to improve our products, always trying to improve our services. Because when we do that, we get better results for people, then we can charge more. It's like super simple, you know what I'm saying?
Who are the people that you help?
We help trainers build their online fitness business. So it's either people who are already in the gym training people, or people who just want to get into the fitness industry, right? And maybe they don't want to start in the gym. We show them how to just start straight online.
So I gotta keep it 100. So I do something similar, but you do it better. It is what it is,
Thanks,
right?
Man. Yeah. I've been doing it for like
you've been doing it for a long time. I remember back when you was telling me a long time ago. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know what? Right? But I want people who tap into me to tap into you, bro.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Listen, you know me, big ego, big boss Mike, right?
What's up?
But I have no problem being subordinate to people that are greater than me in certain areas. And you are greater than me in this space.
I appreciate
you.
that.
My guy, and I love you. You're my brother. So,
Same.
so I definitely want to like drive people to you.
Yeah.
To people that really want to, because look, I know your shit's legit, but before I knew your shit was legit, there's a person that I know that had got the Benz, moved to Cali. I'm like, what you doing?
We got a few of those.
I said, what you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, the online training. I'm like, okay, so you figured it out? yeah, I've been taking Brandon's. I'm like, so this shit works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I saw that shit, like, this is no cap. This is on my children. I saw that, right, firsthand. So I gotta give kudos to you.
Thank you, brother.
What program do you have that these people can benefit? But hook my people up, though.
All right, cool. Well, like the company's called High Ticket Trainer. That's the name of the program, and we just, we help trainers make between 5 to 10K a month within the first 12 weeks, right? They got to do the work though. It ain't no get rich quick scheme. Like if you don't, it's because it's not a course. It's like a mentorship program. So like everybody who joins, they do get the curriculum. It's in course form, but more important than that is everyone gets a one-on-one coach that they can work with and they can holler at when they need to. We have 6 live trainings a week, right? And one of them is with me every week, every Tuesday. And with all that, man, we just feel like it's and we have a helpline. So if any question they ask, anything they need help with, they're going within 24 hours they're going to get an answer because I actually need them to succeed, right? So I can make
they're
more money.
More people. So I want just so they really understand. So a personal trainer is in the gym, killing it. You're not killing it because you're only making enough money as the amount of people that you're seeing each day. Yeah. Which is very limited.
Yes, you're exchanging time for money, right? And it's like
you can't be rich like that.
You can't be rich like that. And then, depending on what gym you work with, you probably have to split a lot of that with the gym, right?
Listen, let's say you don't gotta split it. You're making what, maybe $10,000 a month.
Maybe. Oh, that'd be good for an in-person training. That's like the top, like.
But let you try to take a vacation and you make no money for a week.
Wrap.
So. You know what I'm saying? So going online is the shit. It's the vibe.
Shit. It's the way we teach people to do it. It's not like doing Zoom workouts. As I'm in the gym and I see a trainer on Zoom, it's like, that's not what you do.
Look, that's crazy. They're using technology to trade their time for money. Yeah. It's so bizarre.
Well, they don't know.
It's so bizarre.
They don't know, and see, the way we do it is, okay, here's how I figured this out. Because I didn't invent online training, but I was definitely in that class of people who pioneered it, right? And what I realized was, I was a good in-person trainer, right? And then people who didn't live close to me would want to work with me. And I was like, well, how can I help these people and get some money, right? Yeah. So, because I needed the money at the time, so let me figure, all right, I'll write you a plan, workout plan and a meal plan. But then they wouldn't do it if I just give them that. Right. Most of the time, it's like, all right, so they didn't retain. Right. So, okay, so if they don't get help, if they don't succeed, I make less money. So I had to. Hold on. Sorry. That's what I learned. If they don't succeed, I make less money. So I had to figure out a way to make sure they succeed. So it was primitive the way we did it before, but I had them like track their workouts every day, and I track their macros and their calories every day. Right. And that's what in-person trainers don't do. Like almost none of them. Right? You know that. And that part, that's changed everything, because then when if they did it, I had to be on them to make sure they do it.
So let me just say this. So, all right. So I gave a shot at doing the coaches like what you do, right? I made a gang of money in a short period of time, but I realized that this is not my thing, right? I'm just following a certain protocol, but this is not what I want to do. Now, I have a robust personal training platform. I got 3,000 active people, right?
Your clients.
Yeah, my clients, right? But I have, so for y'all to understand, people that want to get in shape, they come to me and I get them in shape. They don't necessarily have aspiration to be trainers. Right. So like I would be, if I'm your student, I'm like the top student, right? I got all the people, right? So, but you have all the needs, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So that's why I want to make that distinction. And I'm gonna tell them like, look, I have a partner in my online shit, but I take home 6 figures every month from that. This is what people understand, the kind of money that you can make with online training.
From your online training, you take home 6 figures. Right?
My online clients.
Your online clients, yeah, exactly.
It's recurring revenue.
Exactly.
It's very affordable, but it's really good. Yeah. And I don't even push it. Yeah. I had a period when I was pushing it hard. Yeah. But I just don't.
Well, you're so popular. That's the thing. You're so popular that you don't have to right now.
Right. But here's the thing. Like I put in a lot of work on it in the beginning, and that shit's still kind of moving. And these links are in videos. These videos live forever. People are always signing up. And like you said, other other successful people are selling it for me.
Exactly.
They're like, yo, this shit is easy. It's an app. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
So
you got enough momentum.
You put people in the position that I'm in.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's harder because they didn't come with that social media.
Right. But you're helping me with other things too.
Yeah.
Mentorships that these are the things that I want to do. Dealing with people on a personal level, helping them really gain personal sovereignty, just real personal development, tapping into that peak human performance, right?
Yeah.
That's my lane.
I really love coaching, honestly.
Yeah.
If you ask me why I do it,
I know. Yeah,
I mean, I
know.
love coaching. Like, I never competed or none of that shit, you know, because no, I'm a coach. You know what I'm saying? I love
That's
coaching,
why you're good at it, because
Yeah.
you love doing it.
Yeah, I really do.
And that shit radiates.
You know when you train somebody and they get in great shape, you know how it changed their whole life.
Bro,
you know.
yes.
Imagine you take somebody who's like broke, like these motherfuckers who come, they give me their last money or they put it on their credit card,
Right.
and I can confidently take it because I know I can get them some bread.
Right.
And then imagine, then they start making, like I had a dude here, Corey Armstrong, man. He gave me he emptied his account. I didn't know he emptied his account until after.
But you was confident that you was gonna get him.
I mean, I knew even if you told me, I'd be like, all right, let's go. You know, I take that pressure because we got a money back guarantee.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You gotta be confident, right? Now this motherfucker, he's made $50,000 last month, man. He moved out of Detroit, he lived here.
Would you give the money back if they don't put in the work?
Nah, they gotta put in the work. If you gotta do the work.
Okay.
If you do the work and don't get money, I give it back to you. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But it's like, it's not gonna happen.
Nah, it's
You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. You know?
Hold on, time out. Shit, we should have planned this before, but you got a link, you got a code, you wanna just come up with a code, we do a landing page?
Fuck, I don't have a,
We could create one. We could create anything. We could create any link.
Yeah. Do we gotta say it or can we put it up on the screen?
Whatever we come up with, I can text my people right now, we can make it.
All right.
We can call it whatever the fuck.
Cause it's not like a,
Which
they gotta get on a sales call. That's
Okay.
where it's more complicated. It's like we'd have to send them to a link to track the affiliation.
Do you need me to have my team make a link right now? Or you need to
I
make
mean,
a link?
you can make a link and then we can reroute it to, cause we're gonna have to clone one of our affiliate funnels.
Right.
Then just make it so it's all your income is it?
Okay, cause I think that call to action saying that shit works, but we could just put it on the screen.
Yeah. We're gonna we just said, man, we're gonna put a link here, everybody, cause they have to get on like sales call.
All right, so I'm gonna say we'll put the link here.
Yeah.
If y'all don't call y'all some bitch ass niggas, fuck y'all,
yeah,
all that
that's a
shit.
fact.
All right. I hate you. I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah. So we got a link. It's too long for me to say, man, but my man's gonna put it on the screen so y'all can see it, and you know we're gonna make sure everybody who comes from you, they gonna get the royal
Taken
treatment.
care of.
Yeah.
You gonna hook them up, right?
I'm gonna hook 'em up.
I love this.
Yeah, man.
Yo, my man is confident. Money back guarantee. Like, all right.
Oh man, it's just
All right.
you know. It's
But
like
this,
you
look,
put your money where your mouth.
But this is
you
for
know what I'm
people, because I've been on coaching calls with people that ain't putting in the work.
saying? Yeah.
Don't come if you ain't ready to work. Just, you know what I mean?
You know, listen. Most people want to make $10,000 a month. I did the research, and 8% of Americans make $10,000 a month, right? So you're gonna have to put in some effort that like 92% of Americans aren't willing to put in. And if that's not you, that's cool, but don't waste our time.
And what's crazy about it is not hard.
It ain't hard work.
It's
like,
not hard.
Hard work is the motherfuckers I see like cleaning the windows out here in like fucking 60 stores, man.
For $400 a day.
Yeah, hanging out there shit like a Latino Spider-Man and shit like that's hard work. You know what I'm saying? Or the niggas who
What would Latino Spider-Man name be?
You know what I'm saying?
Lorenzo?
Hombre insecto or some shit, you know. And
Spider. How you say spider in Espanol? All right, that's what's up.
Yeah, no, but that's hard, right? You know, it's not hard like that. It's not hard like construction.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard like when I worked for a moving company. It ain't that, you know.
Or OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? Not that hard.
It ain't hard on your soul like OnlyFans. It ain't hard on your
It
children.
ain't hard on your crotch. You know what I'm saying? Like only
It ain't hard on your fucking children when they go to school. Like only.
Yo, B, I always enjoy when we build, bro. We gotta run
sure.
it back again. This is the Outlaws and Scholars show.
I'm happy to be
podcast.
on it, man. Happy to be.
You are both of those, my brother.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. For sure.